Happy Thanksgiving, my friends. I hope y'all are doing well. We are going to do a giveaway today. Unlike last year, my plan was to make a turkey and cast it. We're going to do something different because I have something that is in desperate need of repair. So we are going to be using the very same, not the exact machine, it's one just like it, brand new in the box, but we're going to be demonstrating what it will do by using mine as a display for this demonstration. The poor old Windy Hill Foundry sign. It's starting to fall apart on me. And originally it was supposed to be a foundry pattern, and we ran out of time and just chunked the main pattern up on the wall and used it as our sign. But regardless of all the prep work, the sealing and all that, it has deteriorated, and I don't look for it to make it another year. Now it doesn't matter. I have the CNC abilities, so we'll load this vector file on this machine, cut it out, cast it, and show you the end results. So this is the existing Windy Hill Foundry sign, and it was all wood. And you can see it's delaminating. It's in pretty bad shape. And as much as I would like to just cast this, and you know what, we may eventually try to save the letters and put them on another solid board and do that. It took me probably a week to hand cut each one of the letters and sand the draft angles and all that. And now I got a machine that'll do it. So if I do end up doing this again, it will cut the time down to a fraction. We have the Creality Falcon 2 with the 40-watt laser. The workpiece is on a diagonal position because I'm going to make this sign a full 21 inches in length. So in order to do that, even though this is a fairly big platform, 15 by 16 inches, I needed that additional 4 inches, so I had to squeeze it into a hypotenuse in order to gain that travel. I've got everything ready. All right, so I'm going to cut the fan on. This will generate a lot of smoke, so hold your breath. And I'm also going to open some doors. All right, here we go. As I said, this does have a 15 by 16 inch overall travel in the X and Y. And we are cutting this on an angle just to extend that range up to 21 inches. I'm going to dial my blower down. Yeah, I'm bringing it up to where it doesn't burn the wood too bad. I do want some air going through there, so I'm just barely. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty nice. So what do y'all think? All these letters are cut clean through. I had somebody ask me, how do I do this with these plaques? We've already cut all the letters out, as you can see. Like if you pick that up, oh, they're going to fall out if I jiggle it enough. So we're going to flip this upside down and we're going to put some shims all along this board surface and push these letters down. I messed up right there. Right, putting that in there. But to give you guys an idea of how thin this thing cuts wood, that's part of this right here.
So the plan is to flip it and then position the washers and then put the letters back in and put them down. Some of them are going to come out, some of them aren't. So I want to make sure this is perfectly straight. And then, well, most of them didn't fall out. Problem is getting them back in where they need to be. Well, that's going to have to come out anyway. It's like putting wood puzzles together. Okay, it looks like most of them stayed in. So now what I want to do is put the washers right on the edge. So Clark measured each one of these washers, and they are 100,000th thick, so that all the letters that we push through are exactly the same. So I'm just spacing them out enough that I have enough of these washers. When the MDF board is pushed on, it has a tendency to squish down. So now that I have those in place, I'm going to put a few of these under just to keep it parallel as I put the letters forward. So this is the back side of the pattern. You can see there was some cleanup involved. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each letter and push it down and make sure, obviously, I'm going to have to pull this cutout out and this one so that each one of these letters are exactly the same. But I'm going to have to pull some of these inserts, the middle of them that are cut out. You can see, like on the D, there's an inner piece that's got to come out. The O, the D, and the R, they all have inner discs that have to come out. So I'm going to have to try to coax them out.
When the outside glues, we'll flip the board back over, have this sitting flat on the granite surface again, and then from there we're going to push the center of the O, center of the D, R, and all that stuff back flush to the backboard.
On this, because you can tell it's springing up a little bit, and we don't want that. We want the letters to be all the way the same across. So there's a little bit of spring there. We're going to put a little weight right on the edge here, just to make sure.
Alright guys, we just flipped this over and they look good and consistent. So now Josie's going to put the insets that go in the D, the O, the D, and the R. She's going to put them in and glue them down and push those all the way back flush with this. This is gonna blow out, guys. I don't want to shave the ends of it off we're gonna have some a dramatic ending here, possibly. I'm not happy with that, and I'm gonna have to ram this extra tight all along that perimeter. Several days have lapsed since the other video, and I'll tell you, I was really getting sick. I know, last video I was telling you the same thing, and I can't seem to shake this mess. I don't want to hit too hard on this and mess the pattern up, or we're going to be in trouble. I would usually put a protective graphite coating on this, but the temperature will not, it's just too cold to use the adhesives out here today. Not too shabby. I'm going to be leaking bronze. Well, it didn't quite make it. But that's all right. That makes the guessing game even more of a mystery now because we didn't completely fill. So I'll clean that up and come right back to you. This is not your traditional giveaway video, I know. It's the first time I've ever done this. So Creality is providing this machine. It is a brand new Falcon 2 40-watt laser with a 15x16 work area. We have used this extensively. I gotta admit, it's my go-to tool now if I need something cut out pretty fast. And if you were to try to make a plaque and get on the internet and try to find certain fonts, certain size fonts, certain styles, you'd find out real quick you need something like this. We do have some rules. Before I want to discuss how we're going to do this. You will need to be able to comment on my channel, and you can only leave one comment. Don't send me like 7 or 8 different attempts. We're going to show this casting in a minute, and I'm going to give you the dimensions of the pattern, not the casting. We need you to give us your best guess on how many grams this thing weighs. That's right, grams. We don't want to round it off to the nearest pound. Everybody'd be guessing about the same number. The criteria for this, and you know, I want to make it available to everybody worldwide, but honestly, have you had to ship anything through customs? We're going to keep this to U.S. based only, and we also ask that you pay the shipping on this. The video specifies bronze, but this, at the last second, I had a lot of cast iron jobs that I was having to pour, so I went ahead and just poured iron. So it is cast iron. I'm going to give you the dimensions on the pattern itself, and I'm going to use my trusty Pittsburgh tape measure, just recently calibrated, Harbor Freight. The length of it is 22 1/16. Width is 8 1/8 of an inch. The thickness of it is 0.25. Now I went ahead and cut it out on the video, but I had 2 lugs I was going to have. If this poured, it was going to be mounted to my building, which is corrugated, and it would have to have clearance. It would have had to protrude from the wall. Since it didn't make it, I went ahead and knocked them off just to help give you a little better guess at the actual weight. Now, there are some areas, like right here, where I chamfered probably 50% of the material away to give it a 3D effect, which it didn't help, did it? And honestly, we're only talking about probably 0.02 grams difference there compared to that huge chunk missing. So between that and some fillets flashing, it's going to make the guessing game a lot more interesting. But I feel like most of you are going to get very close to this. That's why we narrowed it down to grams. If we were to do this and round it off to the nearest pound, everybody'd guess it. That's it. I hope you're the winner. It's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. I hope we don't have 2 or 3 people get the exact same gram. We'll have to draw straws on that then. Oh, and one more thing. You're only allowed, if I didn't say, 1 time to guess. If you start just spitting out, all right, so 10 grams, 11, 12, 13, you start throwing those out there, we're going to have to take you off the list. Anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving Day, and I want to thank Creality for giving me the opportunity to give one of their machines away. This has been a lot of fun. I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I hadn't been under the weather during this whole video. But the most important thing, So you have until 6 o'clock to get a comment posted. After that, I will be turning off comments. And from there, we will evaluate on the spreadsheet who got closest to the actual weight as we weigh it. And we will show that at... Originally, I was going to do it at 7, but it turns out we're still going to be doing our Thanksgiving at 5 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, I'm going to announce the winner. How's that? That way I'll be back here in time. We can set up, and maybe I can even do this live. We'll see. I don't have Wi-Fi out here in the building, so I don't know if my cellular service would do that or not. If I can't get a video out by 8, then give me 20, 30 minutes, and I'll have it loaded and share what we found out. So one more time. U.S. only, please. You pay the shipping. Be sure to specify your weight in grams. And know that the material is cast iron. All right, guys. Well, good luck. And I'll be back later to let you know who got it.